Hello, my name is Nick Porter, and my scenario was on stop-motion animation. This next short you're about to see was made by me using several techniques I learned throughout the year. Afterwards, I'll tell you some tips on how to make your own stop-motion animation. Now that you've seen my animation, I'm going to tell you some tips on how to make your own. Now the first thing you're going to need is a camera, like a phone or a webcam. Then you can either use your phone or a computer hooked up to the webcam that you can download a software from. Now there's tons of software out there for stop motion animation, like the one I'm using on my phone, Stop Motion Studio. One thing to think about when doing stop motion animation is lighting. One of the most important things you need to do with lighting is controlling it. You want to block out as many natural sources as you can and turn off overhead lights. And use your own controlled sources of lighting. This will create nicer ambience in your photos and make a nice, crisper picture. Many techniques include using reflectors to reflect light better onto your sets, or using filters to create colored light. Another thing you want to think about is not having too much or too little light. That's called overexposure and underexposure. Overexposure can make pictures look like drained out and not as nice, and underexposure can make lots of shadows and make everything look dark. The next thing you want to think about is your setup. As you can see here, I have a nice solid table so it doesn't move, moving the set either. I've also taped down the set so the set doesn't move as well. As you can see here, I have a tripod which stabilizes the camera and stops any movements so I won't have to redo many scenes. Here is a very helpful device. It's a wireless remote that will take pictures remotely from my phone, so that I won't ever have to touch it, causing little movements and messing up the smoothness of my film. As you can see here, this may look like a full ship interior, but in reality, it's a small set I have the other side. A very important thing to remember making sets is you don't really need to build such a large one. You can build tiny sets, and it will give the illusion of seeing a larger one. As you can see here, by the smaller set, that made it look like a full interior of the ship. The last thing you need to know about stop motion animation is how to animate itself. Now a very important thing to remember during this is what you set your frames per second to. Your frames per second is how many pictures you take to show up each second in a video. The higher frames per second, the more pictures you need to take per movement, but the lower, the less you need to take. With the higher ones, it will be a more smooth, realistic looking animation, while low ones, it will be more choppy and like more abrupt movements. Now, when animating, think about how you move in real life and then translate that onto whatever you're using to animate. My 50-second animation may seem short, but in reality it took hours of work and has 728 pictures in it. I had lots of fun filming it, and I hope you enjoyed my project.